In every single school in the United States and probably the world, teachers are at an unprecedented level of demoralization and frustration and burnout in their jobs. And in secondary schools especially, students are not in that dissimilar of a place. The connection in the young people's hearts between the work that they're asked to do in school and what they actually value and care about seems to be further than ever. And a lot of folks are just at their wits' ends about this. I'm not telling you much new, am I? Now, typically what we've tried to do when faced with problems in education is we try to PD it away. We try to solve it through professional development. And that's a good instinct. It is the development of us as professionals, the growth of our expertise that has the greatest potential to change the day in, day out experience of life in the school for young people and for the people who work with them. I believe that that's true. I believe that the people working in our schools are absolutely powerful people, but oftentimes PD just does not measure up to its great potential. And so now you've got a couple of groups. You've got really experienced teachers who've just had enough of PD that doesn't connect with stuff that they think really matters. They say it's not relevant to them. It doesn't apply to them. They've seen this before. They've heard this before. The kids are just way different now than they used to be. You got that group. And then you get this other group of newer, less experienced teachers who are just like, I can't keep all this stuff straight. I can't make sense of all this. This is overwhelming. I don't know where to start to become competent at my job so I can actually start to enjoy it. The good news is that there is a fundamentals first approach to student motivation that's student honoring, adult honoring, humanity honoring, and it's called the 5 Key Beliefs approach. And if you're here watching this video, you probably know what that is, because this March 2022, for the first time ever, I'm offering a workshop just for leaders, just for people who want to make a difference in their professional development next year. These are teachers with influence, coaches, administrators, district curriculum folks, anyone who's trying to positively influence PD in the future to be something that builds on itself over time, that truly sustains ideas and gets them bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Not just check mark, we talked about that at that PD meeting, but check mark in my heart, in my mind, I, as a participant in this PD, understand something that previously I didn't understand as well. I have a tool that I can use to influence my teacher credibility, and I know a little bit about how that tool works. I have a strategy that I can use to influence the effort belief of my students, and I have a sense, this empowering sense of knowing how that works. That is what we're going to be looking at, building that in the hearts, not just of a few folks, but all the folks that you're trying to reach. How do you build a 5 Key Beliefs movement in the 2022-2023 school year? That's what we're going to be focused on. In the course, you're going to learn directly from me, weekly live workshops with me. If you can't make them live, you get to watch the recordings. There's going to be a spot to ask me questions, and I'll answer every single one of the questions that you have. You can get as specific as you want. You get me for the full 5 weeks of the course. It's not a huge time commitment. I think 3 hours a week will do it. 1 hour for the live workshop, 1 hour for the asynchronous stuff, and 1 hour just for yourself in it with a scratch pad of paper, making a plan for how you are going to move the needle on an understanding staff-wide for the 5 key beliefs in the coming year. We're going to look at real case studies of real districts that I've worked with this real year. In some cases, it's worked really, really well. In other cases, I've had to learn a lot of things the hard way and refine my approach. But I do think I'm getting to the bottom of a way to really make this a conversation all year long and not just a one and done thing. Even if you have really limited time, you yourself, to access people for a PD session. Even if that's limited, I think I'm starting to stumble on some stuff that gets around that. Lots to share, lots to talk about, but you don't need all that right now. Right now, you just needed me to give you a little word on what I'm hoping for with this cohort of the 5 Key Beliefs for Leaders course. I hope to see you in there. Take care.